What's going on, guys? Welcome to BossFight TV's The Reload. As always, this week we're going to be covering the entire world of esports from February 28th to March 6th. As always, I am Josh Engel, also known as Anti-Pro, and joined with me today.
And I am Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Plaid Shirt McGee, because I don't have my mohawk right now.
What happened?
I had an issue at a major haircutting retail chain.
Great Clips?
I won't.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Dude, we're not trying to get sponsored by Great Clips, so I don't care.
We're going to get into specifics. Amy at Great Clips, I'm still upset. I'm still very, very angry with you.
You told her not to touch your mohawk, too.
I told her very explicit directions, but
what was going through your head the exact second that the razor was
I felt like I was in the Matrix. I was like, no! I was like trying to avoid it, but it was too late.
Too bad Keanu Reeves wasn't there to save you.
Yeah, he was the one. I missed him. He could have gotten his giant telephone booth time machine and brought Socrates. We could have saved the world.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and start out our episode along with our favorite sponsors, iHeart Esports. As always, if you don't know who they are, they sell awesome esports related stickers like Good Game stickers, iHeart, esports, and they have the new player sticker set. They're coming out with a new Star Tail set pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that at iHeartEsports.com. And as always, remember to listen for the code throughout this episode. We don't know what the code's going to be. We don't know when it's coming, so I can't tell you that.
You got to watch the whole time.
You could be like last week, and the thumbnail for the
thumbnail
video
had the code
might
on
have
it.
the code in it. So
Might
tweet
look
us out. You'll win some sweet stickers. And I don't mean like a sticker. Like you'll get some stickers. You'll get some. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I want to point some attention to our recent interview with Golden Boy, the man with the plan when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. He's kind of like the Call of Duty
Messiah.
I guess. I mean, if you want to go there, if you want to go that far. But we did an interview with him on Sunday live, sponsored by Manpacks. We're still kind of working with them, so expect some cool things in the future with Manpacks. They are a company that kind of does like a subscription service with everything you need as a man. So what kind of stuff do they have, Mike?
I actually just got a man pack actually in the mail, and I have to tell you what, it's actually
pretty sweet.
Really cool. I've got shirts and underwear and socks and even condoms, a razor. And I'm just going to take all that, and for MLG Columbus, boom. I don't even need to pack.
You're going to get lucky in Columbus, Mike?
You never know. I'm just saying. All you kids out there, this is PSA.
By the way, Mohawk
Always
Mike will have a
socks.
condom with him at MLG Columbus. Oh, this is starting off so wrong. So wrong.
Send in the secret code to get that one.
Shut up.
But anyway, manpacks.com.
Right. So going back to Golden Boy.
All right.
It was a really cool, insightful interview. There was a lot of really cool interaction, a lot of great questions. So check it out on YouTube. I'll throw the link down on the bottom if it hasn't already been down there the whole time and that we've been talking about it. But speaking about Golden Boy, he's got some crazy stuff going on.
He did a lot this week, so we were very fortunate to actually have him come on and be able to do that interview. But he also, earlier in the week, did the Call of Duty 4 Throwback Tournament, which he organized himself through his site, the GOML, GetOnMyLevel.com. And as I said, he organized it, got a lot of teams out, actually got more teams than he had originally anticipated, so he had to extend the brackets. A lot of issues online getting teams to show up and whatnot. But anyway, they're set up. They're ready for the finals. It's going to be Team Mullets versus Team Relic. And as I mentioned before...
Does Team Mullets have real mullets?
I don't know. It was online. They might.
Picks or didn't
They could have wigs.
If they don't have mullets, I'm going to be pissed.
They should be DQ'd.
Golden Boy / Team Mullets. We need video or picture proof of your mullets. Staff at BossFight TV or tweet at us.
As I said before, that finals, it was kind of bumpy, so that'll be rescheduled. We'll let you know as soon as that happens. We'll send out a tweet or phone call or whatever you need.
I doubt it'll be a phone call, but a tweet probably.
I'm going to call my friends.
So make sure you follow at BossFight TV for that update, or also at Golden Boy for the win. Yeah. So, and there's actually a cool announcement, an exclusive announcement for Golden Boy on my level, GOML. And I'm not going to tell you what he revealed to us because I'm going to make you watch the video. I'm going to make you watch the interview.
That's good stuff.
I mean, I guess I'm a dick, but hey, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Got to do what you got to do.
I'm gonna be that guy.
All right.
Anyways,
Well, actually, let me go ahead. You know what? We're bumping Call of Duty to the one spot because I have more announcements.
What?
Call of Duty's
Call
in
of
the one
Duty
spot.
before everything else?
In the one spot.
What?
So Golden Boy did the Call of Duty 4 Throwback Tournament. He also helped cast the CSN, the Cybersports Network, Modern Warfare 3 March Madness Tournament, which they had over 120 teams show up. This was an online event that occurred Saturday and Sunday. Razer was their sponsor, basically sponsored the whole event and gave away something like over $4,000 worth of product to the winning teams. It was actually Team X-Trick.
Something like that.
XTREC.
X-Trick. I don't know.
X-Trick. It's funny because
y'all need to come up with easier names to say.
I watched the finals, but I can't even because there was a lot of other stuff going on.
Right.
But big ups to them, big ups to CSN, big ups to Golden Boy. And also going on this weekend, so coming up, we have the Reflex GT Season 8 Modern Warfare 3 360 tournament.
My new favorite tournament.
If you haven't seen it before, head on over.
A-Spec. That's all I got to say.
Big shout out to A-Spec and all the guys over at Chaos TV.
Indeed.
ReflexGT.com. Check it out.
Woo-woo.
So what should we put in the number 2 spot then? If
I don't
Call of Duty's
know. If
number
you already
1,
knocked it out, I guess we could talk about StarCraft, maybe.
that game?
Hey, don't diss StarCraft.
Isn't
man.
that game like 8 years old?
Don't be that guy. The first one. Jesus.
They just
Wait,
updated
doesn't
the
Call of Duty
graphics.
come out with a new game?
They just updated the graphics.
Anyways.
Nah, go ahead.
So going on to StarCraft, there is actually there are some big things that happened this week, but there's not as many things that happened this week, should I say, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So first off, GSL Code S Finals. The finals. So if all of you, we talked about last episode, all of you nerd baller farmers that got up to watch it, congratulations, awesome stuff, because the games were actually pretty sick, I'm not going to lie. So it was Don Ragu versus Genius. The games were pretty hard fought, like I said. It went to game number 6, all the way to game number 6. And DRG ended up taking the win. If you want to see like an in-depth, kind of like in detail recap of the event, check it out on the website. It should be on the top banner, the flashy banner that changes. So it should be up there. If not, just search GSL in the search bar. You'll find it really easily. Moving right on, the other big thing that happened was the SCAN Invitational with Apollo. And that tournament it kind of prides itself on one day, 8 players, the best in Europe. Boom. Like, seriously, like I said, when we talked about the last SCAN Invitational number 3, you know, their goal is to get it done within 8 hours or less, basically. They want to just boom, 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 done. So we had some big players come out to the SCAN Invitational. If I could name the SCAN Invitational, I can't remember what tournament. I think it was Home Story Cup had like a whole bunch of different names. Or no. Who had all the? I can't remember which tournament. Some StarCraft tournament all has different names each time they do it. And if this one had a name, it would be the 2-0 Landslide Party.
2-0 Landslide
The 2-0
Party.
Landslide Party. Because literally, I'm not even joking you right now. Literally every single game except for like one in round 1 and like the finals were 2-0. 2-0 across the board, basically. So let's take a look at those brackets. We have Slivko 2-0ing Bling, basically. Grubby, the one man who couldn't pull out the 2-0 in the first in the first game. So Grubby 2-1 versus Cloud. Then we have Feast 2-0ing Brat OK, and then Stefano 2-0ing Die-Star. By the way, if you didn't know, Stefano won 2 of the SCAN Invitational out of the 3 that had already been played. So he was kind of the favorite going into it. So good start for Stefano. Then Slivko 2-0'd Grubby, and Stefano 2-0'd Feast. So going along with the 2-0. What did I call it? 2-0 Landslide. 2-0 Landslide. And then the finals, 3-2, Stefano ended up winning it over Slivko. They were very, very close games, and they were really, really well played games, by the way. So if you haven't if you haven't got to see those games, if you go on Apollo's stream, I'm not sure if they're uploaded on YouTube or anything, but I'm sure if you go catch Apollo's stream, you'll be able to see the VODs on that. So really cool tournament. Like I said, short, to the point, 9 hours. Wham, bam, done. So moving on to the IPL Team Arena. There's no GSTL, by the way. GSTL is kind of in like a lull period right now, limbo. We'll have some games coming up. I don't even think there's any games this week. I think they're next week. So they won't even be on next week's show. Anyways, regardless, IPL Team Arena. We have, in the winner's side of things, we have OGS versus Prime. Prime takes it 5-4, which secures them a spot in the grand finals. So that's the winner's finals. Then down on the loser's side, we have Hoseo overtaking Empire 5-2. And then we have Hoseo dominating Startail 5-0. So basically, the way it works now is we have Hoseo and FXO, and then the winner of that will face OGS, we'll face OGS, and then the winner of that will go on to the grand finals versus Prime. So be on the lookout for that. As always, IPL or IGN.com/IPL for all of that information going on there. And like I said before, they actually have announced all the details for IPL 4, so get on that. Easter weekend in Las Vegas. Like a boss, party it up.
That was the lamest.
Woo.
Like, whatever.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm going to be honest with you.
Go ahead.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
Continue.
I don't even have to pretend. I didn't even see it. Anyways.
Continue.
So this week going on right, what time? It's probably not going on yet. But the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships in Hanover, Germany.
Mike Slaughter's sleep schedule tournament.
And mine as well.
Yes.
So, because between that and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I'm going to be so screwed up this week. But we'll get to that in a second. But seriously, so we have IM World Championships. We have StarCraft 2, Counter-Strike 1.6, and League of Legends. There's a preview article out on the site right now. And we'll probably, because there's so many games and so many crazy stuff going on, especially like with how many players are in each game, we'll probably do kind of like maybe like a group, we'll do a pool play kind of recap, and then we'll do like a daily recap with the playoff brackets and stuff like that. So as always, stay tuned to BossFight.tv for all the information on the tournaments. We are going to destroy our sleep schedules just for you guys.
Well, it's really for us too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because I enjoy watching the games.
I enjoy the
it's
ESL.
Not like, yeah,
ESL is a good tournament. Great tournament.
Great experience.
Stamp
of approval.
So, mentioning Street Fighter Cross Tekken, let's go ahead and talk about some fighting games.
Some fighting games.
Last weekend,
final round 15.
Woo-woo.
And man, I gotta say, I mean, everybody knows, the fighting in community. There's a lot of love out there, a lot of support. Final round, I think everybody in Atlanta showed up. Like, there
was a lot of people.
A lot
of people locally went out too.
You've seen that the player cam had people so deep in the back. Like it was almost like Evo.
All I gotta do is I gotta say shout out. I think the guy was wearing like a red shirt and he was in like the front row. Whatever you were doing like the whole time, I think it was during the team Marvel vs. Capcom. You were crazy. That's all I gotta say. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Hi, guy in red shirt in front row.
Shout out.
All right.
I don't know. Anyways,
so let's get on to some actual results. So
I think that was important to mention. I'm just saying.
What about the guy in the Deadpool costume?
I didn't even see that.
You didn't see that?
Really? I'm sorry.
All right.
What can I say?
Fine then.
What can I say?
Let's go on to some actual games. Let's get everybody up to date on what actually happened. So let's jump right in. Obviously, we have Super Street Fighter 4, obviously one of the big two. We had
What happened to the whole thing? Are you going to do the whole SSF4?
Oh,
AE.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012.
You always pride yourself on saying the whole thing.
You know what's funny is now I kind of do have to say, I have to specify because now Street Fighter X Tekken is out and official. And so anyway.
Regardless, sorry for interrupting
Final results for Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012 hyphen. First place is Wolfcrone. Second place, Justin Wong. Third place was Dominion, which those were some crazy games to see. Matter of fact, the whole tournament just had kind of this weird vibe about it, that things weren't necessarily going as some of us predicted.
Yeah, there were. I can't say that I had predictions and stuff set out, but there were some definite surprises.
Right. So let's go ahead and jump right back in. Let's continue. So with Marvel, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, first place we got a Geo Joe. Support Japan?
Like a boss.
USA, what happened? That, again, was weird. That was a raccoon technology right there. That's what took it. Second place,
raccoon like a boss.
Second place, we had PR Balrog. And third place, Mr. East Coast IFC Yipes. Ugh. I can't express how happy I am.
I thought that was like a screw that guy.
No, that was like yes, East Coast. Being from the East Coast, you have to understand that there's a lot of love there.
Midwest Coast.
Midwest
Coast.
Whatever.
Midwest Coast.
You know what?
Is
you
the best
crazy
coast.
Kids. I feel like I'm an honorary East Coastian.
I guess technically, just for the sake of continuing on, I will just say okay.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
East Coast. We can be East Coast if you want us to.
Okay. Soul Calibur 5. We had Omega Dar, Hawkeye, and Thuggish Pond.
Thuggish Pond. I want to say that I can't remember what. I think I was playing League of Legends or something at the time. And I was in chat with Aaron Blackout. He's on our staff. And he was like, I just want to let you know that there's somebody playing right now named Thuggish Pond.
Thuggish Pond.
And I was like, that's awesome. As soon as that game was done, I was like, I need to watch this guy.
That's legit.
It's a sweet name, dude. Just saying.
And then for King of Fighters 13, we had Bala, Romance, and Arcade Shock Ronald, which there's actually going to be an announcement here in a second. We will talk about that. Tekken 6, you see it's Hoa, AO, and Fighting GM. And then last but certainly not least, we had the grand finals of Cross Assault, which was Street Fighter X Tekken. And Nerd Josh ended up taking all that, $25,000, all that money. If you've been following Cross Assault or maybe have been kind of seeing it, maybe the episode from last week, there's some controversial stuff going on behind the scenes. So as it sits right now, all I can say is congratulations, Nerd Josh. You got your money, and Street Fighter X Tekken is officially released. The rest of us can attempt to play it now.
Indeed.
And possibly, there might be a Cross Assault too.
That
was part of
I got the, yeah. I was about to say I got the game at,
you got the game.
Midnight.
I didn't get the game.
I got it. This is the first fighting game I bought at launch, and I equally suck ass at it, just like every other fighting game. I won my first 2 ranked games, and I was so pumped. I was like, yes, I'm actually good at this game. And then I got raffle stomped 10 games in a row after that. But I do want to say, going back to final round, I have to give a shout out to the #1 Ultimate Team. And that is, wow, I lost it. It was Chris G. Looks like Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or Tommy from Power Rangers.
Oh, my gosh. It was awesome. So that was obviously Chris G, Noel Brown, and PR Balrog. So when I saw that team name, I just about, I freaked out.
It's good stuff.
I was like, this is awesome. Anyways.
Well, let's go ahead with the big announcement actually concerning the fighting game community. MLG. You know
announced.
What? Had actually, they had already announced Mortal Kombat 9 was going to be on the circuit. Had a $16,700 prize pot, which is a lot. They also announced this past week Soul Calibur 5 and King of Fighters 13.
Interesting.
So we had mentioned before that NorCal is actually that same weekend. That we didn't know how much pool they were actually going to get of salaried players, but.
All of them are boasting
a
$16,700 prize pool.
It's a lot of money.
So, but no Evo points.
No Evo points.
So, I don't really know. My honest opinion, I think more people in the fighting game community are going to go to NorCal if they can make it. I think the people that are kind of closer to Columbus that might not make it out to NorCal, they'll show up, chance for the prize money. But we shall see. Still no Capcom games.
Yeah.
But speaking of Capcom games, the IPL's been doing some show matches with some pros with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some Capcom games.
I think it's pretty assured that they got it. They got it in the bag.
I'm just saying. Me too.
I'm just saying.
We're both saying.
We're both saying it at the same time.
Maybe even Ultimate too. Who knows?
All right.
Just,
That's good. That's very good.
Why are we getting quieter?
I don't know. Why are you... Because I'm all the way on the East Coast over here. You can't hear me.
Technically, if you're looking at us this way, you're on the West Coast.
I don't care. I represent either
And
way.
I'm on the East Coast.
Whatever. Speaking of the right smack dab in the middle coast, Texas this past weekend hosted
That's like the South Coast.
Oh my God!
Is there
Somebody
such
get me a
thing as
map.
the South Coast?
Somebody get me a map.
Can
Whatever.
you say South Coast?
I would
Like,
say
from the
right
South
smack dab
Coast.
in the middle, South, whatever. The
What's
ESC
Florida?
Florida's East Coast. It's on the east.
But it's also really south.
This
too.
isn't. Welcome to geology.
What do you call Hawaii?
television.
Is Hawaii like?
That's west.
It's like way west though.
Is that what? Is that going to be the code? This is the part where you usually make fun of me and come up with a code like Mike doesn't know. Mike needs a map. Hashtag Mike needs a map.
Mike needs a map. All right, let's do it.
Oh jeez.
Hashtag Mike needs a map. So follow at BossFight TV at iHeart Esports. Hashtag Mike needs a map. Simple as that. Boom. Continue.
I'm gonna take a hint from my friend Dora and start carrying one around in my backpack.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, we don't have a lot to talk about, so we're rambling on about random shit.
We
So
have
I hope you
enough
like
to
it.
talk about.
You know,
Whatever.
dude, we're almost done. What are you talking
All
about?
right.
ESEA. 10.
ESEA
Corey Dunn.
Season 10 LAN Finals. Yes, Corey Dunn was there because you know what? They not only did Counter Strike 1.6,
Source.
the Counter Strike source as well.
No
and
go.
They also did Golden or not Golden Boy.
Corey Dunn.
and Wiesenhunt were both there. If you know they do the show Choke Point, which talks about CS:GO and other shooter games. That sounded so lame. Shooter games, whatever. FPS games. But anyway, they were talked about CS:GO and some of the implications of that game going forward. But anyway, let's jump right into it. First and foremost, you'll see Team Fortress 2, which some people know I played semi-competitively. Absolutely loved it.
Mike Lax's
I
Team
hope
Fortress.
and pray to God or Allah or whoever, I don't care, whoever to get Team Fortress 2 on a professional circuit. Like legit, ESEA was great, but you know what? We need more Community Fortress.
IPL.
They're doing online tournaments. Anyway, top 3. We had Classic Mix-Up took first, Quantic Legacy took second, and The Experiment took third. And I have to say to every single one of those teams for playing, they were amazing games. It was fantastic to see. This was a 6v6, which that might be an article later about the history of Team Fortress 2. I think 6v6 is great. Keep doing it.
Like a boss.
Moving
Thank you
on.
for having easy names to pronounce. Just saying. Counter-Strike 1.6.
Counter-Strike 1.6. We have Back-to-Back taking first, Ultimax Gaming USA taking second, and Check 6 actually taking third.
6, like a boss.
Surprising. I thought they were actually going to place higher, but
Shout out to Kurt Carter. Check 6.
Check 6 doing work.
At E Key Hunt
Mhm.
on that Twitters.
Hello.
Hi there.
Counter-Strike Source. First place we had Dynamic CSS because they actually had another team that was actually playing 1.6. So this is to designate that they had a Source team, and boy did they do work. They took first place. You had Blight Zomblers. Yeah, Zomblers. It's not an error. It's Zomblers.
Right.
Took second, and 3D Max took third. And I have to say once again, it was kind of funny watching this event. Because if you've been a fan of esports as long as I have, you know that the area which they did it in, that Dallas, Texas, used to host CPL. So a lot of the players are actually still located there. They're like 20 minutes from the venue. So it was very cool to see a lot of old players just stop in and say hi on the stream and kind of give shout outs and whatnot. So keep it up, ESEA. As always, you can play in their online tournaments. They are actually one of the top North American tournament providers actually around the world,
Right.
just perhaps for online PC gaming. So check them out.
At least of the first-person shooter variety.
Yes. Check them out at esea.net for all of your gaming needs. And I might sign up for a Team Fortress 2 tournament.
You should. We should practice for our LAN later on this or next month. I don't know.
Next month. It's
Next
in May.
month in May.
I do LAN parties.
We like to
If you didn't
LAN.
know, I do LAN
We
parties
play
on the
video
weekend.
games. Hi there.
Why, hello.
Anyways,
Speaking of LAN parties,
LAN parties.
one of the old favorite standbys, Quake.
Indeed.
You know what? It's just barely
holding on there.
It's like that little meter that measures your heart. It's like doop, doop, doop. Like we're almost flatlining.
It's about to get a pump up here.
You want to go ahead?
I thought you're the one who's excited.
You go ahead. Because you actually showed me the announcement trailer.
All right. It's about to get a pump up. Quake. All right.
About to get pump up in here.
Mr. Too Good 2GD. Apollo put out a trailer video on YouTube, and it's funny because I saw it and I told Mike. Mike got on Skype and I was like, Mike, are you ready to get your mind rocked? And he's like, yeah,
sure.
I guess. And so it's funny because when you go to the video, it actually says killing esports, and you're like, wait, what? And Too Good is officially making his comeback in March. That would be this month. I think the date on it was like March 13th or something.
I think so.
He's coming out with a new, I'm not sure, I guess it's a show where he's going to shoutcast like Counter-Strike, Dota, what were the, Quake. Were those the only three games?
Bloodline Champions.
Bloodline Champions. So be on the lookout, because if you don't know who Too Good is, man, Mike.
He's a phenomenal player.
Great.
He's competed in not only Quake, but also World of Warcraft PvP.
I know.
As well as several other games.
He's a great guy. He loves his whiskey.
Oh, he's so good.
He's such a character. I'm not going to lie.
I want to get him and A-Spec together.
Oh, my God.
That'd be amazing.
Wherever that tournament was or would be, should I say, I would fly there. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah.
I would be there live to see them together.
I'm making a call now.
Doing it.
You know what else I would go to see live?
Who?
Which
Where?
is funny enough because we're talking about going to QuakeCon. Some Quake
Man.
tournament. God.
Zotac Cup.
So Zotac Cup, once again, happens every Sunday. If you want to check that out, you can check it out live. Again, that is kind of European time, so you have to wake up kind of early. But this week we have a shocker. As Cypher, I had to double check. That's how much of a shocker it is. Cypher actually beat Strentz 3-0, which if you know anything about the Zotac Cup or have been watching the show, Strentz has ruled that tournament.
He's kind of a boss.
He is just rolling and taking so many cups away from people, but Cypher actually has been competing and stepping up his game. And because there are really no other professional outlets, at least right now, Zotac Cup is kind of it for its old school Quake hearts.
I mean, what can you do, man? What can you do?
What can you do?
So moving on to our final piece of news, another game that has LAN, that's going to have LAN, which is kind of a dying thing nowadays, is Dota 2. You know that tournament we've been talking about for so long, the Defense?
The Defense?
That never ends?
It never ends.
Guess what happened? It ended.
It ended?
It's done.
I thought you were going to straight troll me like, oh, it's still going.
It's still going. No.
Oh, it got postponed. It's still
is done.
Okay.
Done.
I was unaware of that.
Done. There's an article on the website with a recap that Joel put together, Antidote for Life. So taking a look at it, Na'Vi ended up beating EG in the winners final 2-0, and then going down, Quantic 2-0'd EG. So two 2-0s for EG in a row. And so Na'Vi ended up beating Quantic 3-2 in the finals. You can go on that website for all the replays and all that craziness if you didn't get to catch it. If you haven't seen high-level Dota gameplay, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Join dormant.com, as always, and we will officially never be talking about that tournament ever again unless they have the Defense 2, which could happen.
I do have to say, though, that Team Na'Vi actually going forward as an esports organization, dude.
They're making some waves.
They not only have an amazing Counter-Strike team, but now their Dota 2 team is, I mean, the game is still in beta, but, I mean, they're rolling, man.
Indeed.
If you're looking for a potential sponsor, contact Team Na'Vi because they're doing work.
Like a boss. So that wraps up esports news. Unless you have anything else to say, Mike. Any last words? Anything like that?
No, I guess I'm going to go home and look at a map. Figure out where the hell I am.
Oh, man. I guess my final thing I want to say is, like I said, if you didn't catch that Golden Boy interview, please do so. And if you liked it, we are going to be coming out with a lot more live content. We're going to be looking for people to interview, just doing kind of a live, just sit down, talk about stuff show. Golden Boy kind of we were talking to him at the end, and he's like, hey, man, it'd be cool if we jump in and do this some other time. So maybe we get some Golden Boy action going on. Or
I'm thinking about getting a professional wrestling, like, esports thing together.
Yeah, Mike and Alex sat there the whole time after the show and talked about wrestling. And I'm sitting here like, I have no idea what
WrestleMania, April 1st.
I have no idea. No. eSports, Mike. Esports.
I was wearing
You
my
can do your own side.
CM Punk shirt because Noel Brown was competing at Final Round wearing his CM Punk shirt. It just kind of happened.
Anyway, so like I said, be on the lookout. Live content on BossFight.tv or twitch.tv/BossFightTV, should I say. But other than that, I would like to thank you all for sharing your evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this with us. And hope you enjoyed, as always. If you have any input, anything like that, staff@BossFight.tv or hit us up on Twitter @BossFightTV. We'll always be happy to answer anything or listen to some input. But this is Josh Engel, also known as Antipair, signing off.
And I'm Mike Bisson, a.k.a. Mohawk Mike. Thank you for
Competing?
You know what's funny?
Thank you for competing.
It's funny because I got
and BossFight TV's the reload.
I got Mohawk Mike out, and then I forced myself to stop.
You totally just ruined the outro.
I'm having a terrible week.
You screwed it up,
I have
man.
to tell you.
It's the Mohawk.
Anyway, thank you for considering.
can't
I'm
even
not
say
even,
it.
whatever. Take us out.
Thank you for considering, and
Thank you for
what do you
supporting
say?
esports
Thank you for
in whatever capacity
Thank
you do.
for supporting esports in whatever capacity you do, and thank you for considering